subscribe and ring the bell to never miss an update. Today on Lady Mary Beth, we are at the Houston Junior Forum resale shop. They're located in the Houston Heights, and they celebrated their 75th birthday last year. That is quite an anniversary of lots of volunteers. They do great things in the community, and I can't wait to show you more of their beautiful things that they're offering today. It's a great day to be back at the Houston Junior Forum, where it is shopping with a purpose. Proceeds benefit children, youth, women, and senior adults. And they've got wonderful fashion furnishings, home decor, and some tabletop accessories. These bar stools have a bit of an urban look to them, and they give lots of information here. They are Paul Michael, and $80 is a pretty good deal. And of course, the price goes down over time, as it does with most price tags at a charity resale shop. This is a nice cabinet with the Queen Anne legs and the brass hardware. I think their furniture prices are actually very reasonable. They have fine quality and the prices can't be beat anywhere. And I can't believe it's taken me this long to get back into this wonderful shop. And if you're working from home and need a comfortable spot, this would be nice to add to the corner of your study for a little afternoon break. Let's see what the price is on this one. Wow, that really is good, especially if you're looking at the current price. And with charity resales, it is a bit of a gamble. If you don't buy it today, it might be gone in 5 minutes. This dining set is amazing. They feature this on their Facebook post if you follow them on social media, and I think that it's sold that day, the chairs at least. And the table, what a wonderful price that is. I think that could be for a craft room. It doesn't necessarily have to just be for a dining room. And you could add some eclectic chairs to it. And I'm always looking for storage. If I'm going to acquire another piece of furniture, it needs to look pretty, but also have some drawers and doors. And this Baker armoire is well priced. I especially like this nod to Barley Twist with this cabinet. Wonderful for displaying. Could really be a focal point, and look at that price. Again, the price has gone down every month. It lowers that it sits on the floor, and some things go really fast, especially since they featured on social media, and they do allow you to call in with a credit card number and buy it. I love Barley Twist. It gets its name from the barley sugar twist in England, and you'll see that it mimics that pattern. And these are great examples of oak. Usually you see Barley Twist furnishings in the darker wood. This is a small desk, and it's $150. Look at that attention to detail here. And then here's a coordinating sideboard, and it's $330, $750. You could store lots in this piece. These are just lovely examples of the English Barley Twist. That provincial sofa is quite nice for a formal living, or maybe even a Hollywood set. Looks like it's in perfect condition. I suspect that it really was in their formal living, and it was hardly set upon for years. Look at that upholstery, isn't it beautiful? And the price is even better. Incredible. I'm just amazed at all their beautiful furnishings. That side table looks like it has a skirt on it. And I'm always drawn to anything that kind of resembles chinoiserie. I'm not sure that this officially is, but it's got lots of great colors, and I can see that as a focal point in a room. Just wonderful piece. I love those different spring colors. And let's get back to this drum table that has that fluted skirt on it. You can't beat that price, even if you were to paint it and do something interesting to it. And this I really like with the yellow interior, but if you wanted to change that out, you could easily paint that and even add some silk fabric or wallpaper to the back of that cabinet. And you cannot buy anything new any cheaper. And that is a gorgeous piece. And look at these chairs. The cushions are quite interesting, and I think these are project pieces. It says as is, and you know, you could probably just do a repair on that. The bar stools are lovely with the cane back. And I don't know if you've shopped for bar stools, but I did for the college kids, and they're actually hard to find. You don't have a great selection. So if you could get 4 that look this amazing, especially when the price goes down, it's a good deal. And this cabinet here, I think, could go in many different areas of your home. It doesn't just have to be in a study. Look at all of these furnishings. So many possibilities. If I were setting up another home, I would definitely make this my first stop. And look at this Victorian piece that has such character. It reminds me of one that I've seen at the Franklin Antique Mall that I featured. Quite an amazing find here. And it does have some good storage. And I love mahogany. It's so classic. You could even place baskets inside there if you were wanting to create an extra storage. And that is a beautiful piece. I wonder if that's reproduction. No, I think that is original. You could restuff those cushions and treat the wood, and I think it would look like $1 million. The fabric seems to be in very good condition. Put some pretty pillows with it. Lots of different looks here in the store today. Some antiques, some newer pieces, and this has a touch of chinoiserie. How about that? It's a nice china cabinet with great storage. And I think you can't go wrong with that. And of course you could even paint that if you didn't like that color wood. And the price is right. And they're located in the Heights, very close to some wonderful antique shops that I featured in the past. And it's a great way to spend a Saturday. Some nice restaurants nearby. This bamboo folding table is so tempting. I did consider it, just don't have the space, but I love it. This is a newer piece here. And what a great price for something that probably cost $1,500 at the furniture store. That has a wine rack. It'd be nice for, if not a dining room, even a breakfast room. You could store dishes inside. Many of these items are donated. They do have some that are consigned. And with proceeds benefiting the community, area folks are definitely glad to bring them some of their items as they redo their homes or perhaps settle an estate. They've got some nice lamps as well. I'm especially drawn to that piece of furniture. This Fairmont 10-drawer dresser at $340 is a steal. It's got great attention to detail on the top. The knobs, I think, are so attractive. And this doesn't have to be for a bedroom just because it's called a dresser. It could be a TV console. It can definitely go in your living room. I think that works in many different areas of your home. And this pottery piece with the silk florals is only $50. Lots of great ideas here today at the Houston Junior Forum, and I see many possibilities if you are trying to design and add to your home. This coffee table is interesting with the metal insert. Looks like an architectural piece. And the mid-century fine china is something you don't see too often. Look at that. It is from Ben Seibel. It is the Iroquois pattern. And it's lovely. Add that to some white dishes and you've got an interesting look. I like that touch of blue with a sugar and creamer, which would be great for the breakfast table with syrup. You could even take the lid off of the bowl and add some fresh berries for serving, or add some simple syrup to that pitcher. We do that a lot in the South, which is basically sugar water for our iced tea. And this tray is gorgeous. I think it is silver plate. I don't believe that it's sterling. It is hallmarked with a lion. Beautiful. And these chairs are so interesting with a different color background with a needlepoint. That looks like turn of the century, perhaps Victorian. And that would be fun for a breakfast room. They're priced individually. Suppose you could buy one for a desk chair. Be nice to keep the set together though. And this table would be a wonderful project piece. It's got some detail there. It just needs a little bit of refurbishing. And there's a modern Lazy Susan that you could add to a larger table. It's practical and purposeful. Those cane back chairs are nice, but you know I'm looking at that punch bowl. I'm all about using this as a serving piece that is multi-purpose. You probably remember this L.E. Smith Glass Company Slewed Horseshoe pattern from the Host a Party segment that I featured in Tennessee. We used that for boiled Gulf shrimp. You'll have to take a look at that. It was quite something. And of course you could separate these and use them for two different purposes on your table. Now we'll go to the back room. They've got some more treasures. And that sofa seems to be in perfect condition. In fact, I think it's been reupholstered. You could add some colorful pillows, and the coffee table you could certainly paint. And there's some blue willow and some Mexican hand-blown glass with the blue rim. That's very Texas. I like that. The 3-part plate is unusual. And this I thought could be a Remington. It's actually C.M. Russell, a Bronco Twister. They've got something for everyone here at the Houston Junior Forum, and as you walk in, you see an eclectic mix, and I'm drawn to this vase. Let's look at the back stamp. It is Limoges. That would be a wonderful start to a collection. And remember, that price goes down every month. What a deal. And this Kate Spade bag is nice. We also saw a Brahmin that was featured on their social media that very morning. And as soon as we walked in, they told us it had sold. If you follow them on social media, you do have that opportunity to purchase it by phone. This sterling silver and abalone necklace is striking. That could definitely be a statement piece for you with just about any style of outfit. And I think that would definitely attract some attention. I like the toggle clasp. Really nice. And you have to think about retail. If you compare that, it is certainly a good price, especially when the price goes down. And the hammered earrings are nice. And I really like this oval bowl. It is Murano glass. And it's an excellent price. That could be a great centerpiece. And the pram is not something you see too often. My husband actually had one like this. I would venture to say this is from the 1950s. It is vintage and German. That is really an unusual find today. Let's take a look at their fashion. And it looks like they are taking a walk on the wild side here with all of their looks. And it is definitely something that's still popular with the ladies. And they've got a sampling of that along with some shoes. I was focusing mostly on the furniture and the giftware today, but my friend did some shopping for me, and you'll see what she has found for me to try on. And a full-length mink. Remember, you are using something from the past when you buy a fur coat at a resale shop. And they do have quite a nice selection. Let's take a look at some of these. And oh, the prices. Since they've gone down, that's actually a pretty good deal. And especially if you repurpose it, as I've seen so many people do. Oh, this is a gorgeous one. It's the time of year for furs, and you do find a lot of these at resale shops. This is a full-length mink. I have one just like it at home. This has gone down to $600. What a deal. And this silver fox is $300. My grandmother had one just like this. I've also seen these repurposed. If maybe the length is not right or it's not in great condition, you can have them made into a vest, and that is a very attractive look to repurpose and reuse these items from the past. And with evening wear, it's usually something that's been maybe enjoyed once or twice. And that's the benefit of shopping that at a resale store. They also have some fashion jewelry and a nice collection of Vera Bradley. That's definitely a retired pattern. Very cheerful and perfect for spring. And they are priced individually. Those duffel bags are practical. I have those in several patterns. Lots of fashion finds here today. This is a cabbie jacket. Cabbie stands for Carol Anderson by invitation, and it's a designer that sells through private parties. I have lots of cabbie in my wardrobe. They do have outlet stores as well. And this cabbie jacket is $15, and I'm so happy to have this. It will look great with so many different colors and items in my wardrobe. And I'm always looking at the handbags. I especially like small ones that you can carry with you for a special occasion. And that matches my dress. At least I think it coordinates nicely with what I'm wearing today. Even goes with my nail polish. So maybe that one needs to go home with me. Let's take a look inside. Ooh, I like that. There would definitely be room for my phone, lipstick, and all the essentials. I wanted to showcase this David Peck handbag. And usually when you see small purses like this, it's for evening wear, but this is a nice luncheon look. And I will research the manufacturer. I'm not sure about David Peck, you're probably more familiar, but for $30, I think that's a great look. And when you open it up, it's got a pink interior. It's quite a lovely piece. And I think that would be a nice addition to any outfit. I did research the brand on the handbag, and David Peck actually has a store in Tanglewood, which is an area of Houston, very upscale, and he has some ready-to-wear along with custom bridal and evening wear. That was an excellent price on the handbag. And on this chair, continuing with the animal print theme, with a nail head trim, that's really neat. And I love mirrors. I keep one in my entryway so that I can check my lipstick as I'm exiting my home. And I especially like this beveled mirror. I think that could go in a powder room, even a hallway or a bedroom. Interesting shape to that. Now let's take a look at my favorite tabletop, china, crystal, and silver. This snowflake bowl I think would be a great centerpiece or even a gift. Fill that with something interesting for $15. Wrap it in cello and you'll be the hero. And always invited back if you bring that as a hospitality gift. And depression glass is something that is highly collectible and purposeful. I have a lot of the pink and the green, and I like it because it doesn't take up too much visual space on the table. You can combine it with many different patterns. You can even mix the colors of depression glass. This crystal bowl is a bargain at $21. It is not Waterford, but let's turn it over and look for an acid etched stamp. We are in luck. It is right here, Atlantis Crystal. They have been around since 1944, and it's made in Portugal. And this bonbon dish looks like American Brilliant. The price has gone way down. And wouldn't that be a great gift too? Fill it with some candies. These I have never seen before. At first I thought they were Hummels from a distance, but of course they're not. It has a different texture to it. And I think maybe it's a copy of it, actually. They're made in Taiwan. I've not seen these. And this reminds me of Fostoria Colony. I'm not sure that it is, but it certainly resembles it, and that would be a beautiful centerpiece vase. And sometimes you just don't know, even the factories like Fostoria or Cambridge, if they only made a few, it could be worth thousands. I realized that when I filmed at the Houston Glass Show recently, which is coming up next, and I'll show you some examples of that. Carrying out our perfect for spring theme, this set of dishes, Royal Kent, made in Poland, is beautiful. Imagine that on your spring table. I just love those florals. And the price is right for all of those dishes. And you can pick up so many different colors with your tablecloth and your tabletop accessories. It lends itself to so many different looks. And every Southern household has an egg dish. That's for deviled eggs. And that's a vintage piece. And they do have some glassware. That teal color is interesting. I can see a dessert in that. And the pottery is nice. Perfect for a casual table, or you could place it maybe above kitchen cabinets. That has been handmade. Let's get back to this teal color. All I can think about is something sweet to put in that and serve. Those are lots of fun. And a frosted rooster. There is something for everyone here today. And this is a nice table essential. I found some of these parts at a thrift store in Germany. You probably saw me feature that. It didn't have the base, but this is a Lazy Susan, so I imagine the pieces I found were similar. And that is definitely very practical when you're serving. You put different condiments inside, or maybe some sweets for tea time. And they do have some artwork as well. It's really the perfect place if you're setting up a new household. You can find decor, furnishings, all kinds of accessories, collectibles. And the precious moments, those are very popular, highly collectible as well. And this has a familiar look to it. You know, I always have to turn everything over. And it was actually handmade by the clients at Brookwood. Brookwood Community is in Brookshire near Houston, and it is for the functionally disabled. And they make amazing pieces here. I've shopped with Brookwood for years. Look at this elegant glass of the Depression era. Perfect for candies. You could even put something on top of that if you're serving jelly or jam at tea time and you want an underplate. Why not make it a pretty one? And this pair of candle holders is nice for $9. Again, think about gifts when you're thrifting. It doesn't just have to fit with your decor, or maybe you already have enough candlesticks. Of course, I think you can't have too many. Now we're popping into the back area. They have clearance items. And sometimes it's not a whole collection, but you might find an odd piece. For $3, I think that would be great to bring cookies to your neighbor. And that way you don't have to get your dish back. And even buying disposable items can be rather expensive. Hand-painted mugs. Those were probably displayed in a kitchen or breakfast room. My aunt has this pattern by Metlocks, Poppy Trail. Those are the sculpted grapes. It's definitely a very familiar look. I grew up seeing those in her home. I don't see a back stamp, but that certainly is the pattern. And the fruit, I think would be great for a breakfast room too. Strawberries and cherries, it just puts you in a happy mood. I wish I had a spot for those. Look at that price. You just can't beat it. That really would be a nice addition. And if you have a peacock themed party or even just want to add a focal point, put that on an easel on your sideboard. And that could create some interest, and you could build around it, pulling those colors out. Or you could, of course, serve on it. This bowl I really liked. For a modern piece, to have the beautiful floral as part of the pattern, I think is incredible. I really wish I would have bought it. And Viller and Bach, you know, always have to find that. This is the design Naive. And that, again, could be on an easel as a focal point, not just for serving, and it looks like it's meant to be hung on the wall. It's the 4 seasons, die 4 Jahreszeiten. Lots of information on that back stamp. And if you're looking for a great gift for a man, I think you found it. Look at this ice bucket with a leather handle. Silver plate. You could even have it engraved. That is quite a nice piece. Perfect for your bar. Could even take the lid off and maybe do a floral arrangement. And these plates are lovely. There are only 3 of them, but I think if you mix them with some white dishes or just had a couple of people over for tea, it would be nice. Use it as a bread plate. It's a beautiful back stamp. Silver-plated candelabra. I think everyone needs one of these for entertaining. And some more fashion jewelry. They do a great job of displaying everything too. That looks like a tropical bracelet. Let's look in the locked case. Sometimes you find the best things that are tucked away. Those salt cellars are neat. I have a collection and I think they're so practical. You can use those for dipping sauces, of course, for salt. And they're such fun fashion items. Look at those vintage gloves in that evening bag. And the little shoes and handbags, I guess, are just collectibles. I don't know if they serve another purpose. It's a wall of treasures behind the counter at the Houston Junior Forum. I found a pair of these cherubs. They are actually shelves made in occupied Japan by Andrea. These are fantastic finds. And they have Linux table essentials, some of which you don't see anymore, a Fostoria Ypern and Sid Dickens tile, and so many other beautiful items here. They really do have some high-end items behind the register. I see some Yadro figurines, and this is Imperial Candlewick. That Epergne is stunning. Oh, I see so many possibilities with that. And you may see these in antique shops and you just don't know what they are, but the Epergne is very practical. Sometimes you see candle holders integrated into them, and the price is really good. I enjoy the Linux. I have a collection, and I've never seen those coasters before. That is definitely a find. And we did see that same dish in the back too, I think. And $30 for a set of coasters. I can imagine that being used for tea bags, for jewelry. This looks like community plate. It has that specific design to it. You see the swoosh on that? Let's turn it over and look at the back stamp. It's the silver flower pattern from Community. That's silver plate. It was popular in the 50s. And I love to go cart diving. Let's take a look at these beautiful glasses they're about to put out, because you can never have too many. And these are etched champagne glasses. The saucer champagnes have fallen out of favor. Most people prefer what's called the continental flute champagne. I think they're perfect for desserts. And this would be great for an iced beverage or an ice cream sundae. And they really do have everything for the season. Look at those florals that are etched. Can you imagine a lemon mousse and a cookie in that? Serving that as dessert? Perfection. And this silver-plated chip and dip, or veggie and dip, would be a nice addition to your tabletop essentials. I've not seen one with these handles. That looks like a vintage piece. It's got an interesting design to it. That would make a great gift as well. And the blue garland from Johann Haviland is something that I have in my collection. It's the #1 selling pattern on replacements, limited. And you find this sometimes in antique shops, resale stores, and you can always add different pieces to your collection. I like that platinum rim. I haven't used mine in some years. I need to pull it out and set a pretty table. I even have the large soup tureen my mother gifted me with years ago. That's hard to find. And the white dishes, I think, are so practical. When I registered for dishes as a bride, my husband and I could not decide on a white pattern, so we waited about 20 years to choose one. And I'm so glad that we finally did, because it has changed my life. You can add cute plates to it. If you just find maybe a set of 6 salad plates, you can change the whole look without having to have another set of dishes. And remember the gift opportunities here. Look at this silver bread tray. It's actually engraved Lucy. I have a precious Aunt Lucy. That's a nice piece. And I'm all about pictures. You probably have seen me feature these in the past. So many different uses. And that would be great for a brunch table. Fill that with orange juice, put a pretty ribbon on it for a party. You can even use that in a wet bar if you were adding maybe juice to a mixed drink. This is an amazing price. That's gone down to $12.60. It is silver overlay, and this is definitely a vintage piece. It's called a sandwich tray, but you could use it for so much more, for cookies, scones. I've even featured that in my repurposed vintage finds with other uses. And these remind me of childhood. I remember seeing these in a gift shop growing up with the different numbers. I think that these were collected for the young ladies. They were given one for each birthday. And here you got them all together. It's not something you really see anymore. So someone obviously donated their collection. And number 9 is my favorite. And I love blue, so I had to pick this one up. But I'm not taking it home. That's a nice Yadro piece. And it's down to $52. That's an excellent price for Yadro. And this we saw up front as well behind the register. And in the clearance section, we're back there now, is $10. So, Again, it all depends on how long it has been in the shop. And I really should have bought this. I have a nice collection of Linux. I just probably had too much already up front. And they actually have some more figurines here. I don't know that this is a name brand. I didn't recognize it, but of course I know the Yadro. So make sure you go in the back when you pop into Houston Junior Forum, because there are lots of treasures that you otherwise wouldn't notice. It's almost like a last markdown area. Oh, this has been such fun. I saw the box and I immediately knew what was inside. And they hadn't even priced it yet. And they let me put this at the front. These are my finds today. This is a Kings Road teapot that's similar to one I found at the Charity Guild. I immediately knew that that oval box meant that there was something really fun hiding inside of it. I like the crown design. And these napkins were $1 each. So for $5, I have some fun blue and white napkins that are machine washable, easy care. And this David Peck handbag, I just had to get because it goes with my outfit today. And this vintage sterling overlay sandwich server is $12.60. What a deal. And then of course the cabbie jacket that you saw me try on, that's $15. And these are my finds today at the Houston Junior Forum resale. Thanks for coming along today to the Houston Junior Forum resale shop. They have things from so many different eras and styles, and I certainly enjoyed discovering treasures, including their clearance section in the back. I hope that you take time to shop your local charity resale. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Beth. Elevate your everyday with resale shopping.